Good evening, guys. Welcome to Gate 2021 2, and I am Vasudevan. I welcome you all in this AICTE sponsored Pragnya Grade Scheme for SCSC student organized by Balapur Institute of Technology. So today is our fifth session, and in today's session we'll be seeing general aptitude topics based on time and work. So hope you guys don't have any doubts in the previous session. So in today's session, we'll be seeing it as. So hope you guys don't have. So in the session of time and work, we'll be going for first with working with different efficiencies. What is this working on with different efficiencies? For example, whenever we are getting into work, the I give you a amount of work and the same amount of work is also being given to your friend. So in that case, your level of solving that work and finishing that work will be different. You may take 2 days or 3 days, or else your friend's efficiency or work of fastness in completing the work is different. He may complete it in something less than the given amount of time, or even greater than that period of time. So in such cases, that is called as working with different efficiencies. For example, first follow will be getting into this. A can do a piece of work in 40 days, and B can do the same work in 60 days. Working together, in how many days will they complete the work? Work done by, we can solve this problem in two methods. First, I go for this one, method one. So work done by A in 1 day. So what they're saying is A can do a piece of work in 40 days. So in 1 day, how much piece of work he can do? For example, if I'm saying that you can do the work in 2 days. So in 1 day, how much piece of work you can do? I can do half of this work. If I am saying it as you can do the work in 3 days. So in how much amount of work can you do it in 1 day? So it is like 1/3 of the work. So in such cases, we can say that the total number of days and in 1 day work are inversely proportional. So this is like total days. So if this is 2 and 1 day work will be like 1/2. If the total work is like 3 days, the 1 day work is like 1/4. In that case, A can do a piece of work in 40 days means what is his 1 day work? His 1 day work is nothing but 1/40. And we can do the same work in 60 days. So what is his 1 day work? Work done by B in 1 day is 1/60. Work done by A and B in 1 day. So if A can do 1/40th of the work in a day and B can do 1/60th of the work in a day, if both of them are together, then how much amount of work can they do it? So it is given by 1/40 plus 1/60. And if you try to go for this, you'll be taking an LCM as 120. So in the numerator, it is like 3 times and plus 2. So it is like 5/120. And you will get this value as 1 by 24. So if both of them were together in one day, they can complete 1 by 24th of the work. So in how many days will they complete the work? That is my question. If both of them were together. So answer for this, I have already mentioned you guys the total number of days, and one day work is inversely proportional. Here I know that if A and B both are working together in one day, they can complete 1 by 24th of the work. So they were asking for total time taken. So total time taken is given by what? Inverse of this value, which is like nothing but 24 days. So that is the answer for the first one. So using the first method. And going on for the second method. So second method, first what we do is like we say this as I'll come to the name of this later. So the in this question, do I know the total quantity of work to be done here? So I don't know the total quantity of work to be done here. So in such cases, total quantity of work is not known. So what we do is like we try to calculate the total work by assuming a value. So what kind of value should we assume here? We can't take any random values. In such scenarios, we'll be taking LCM of this given numbers. So A can complete the work in how many days? 40 days. And B can complete the work in what? 60 days. So in such case, so we'll be going like LCM for this two values. So it is like, so if we go for it, it is like going to be 120. So if you take LCM value as 120, the quantity of work to be done is like we assume it as 120, and work done by A in one day. So total work is like 40. So in one day, how much piece of work can be done in a day? So 120 out of 40 will give me one day's work. So this is going to be a value like 3 units per day. So A can do 3 units per day. And what about B? So B can do the same work in 60 days, they have mentioned. So in that case, so this value is given by 120 as the total work, and out of 60 days, in one day, he can do 2 units of work. Yeah. So if both of these guys were working together, work done by A and B in one day is what? So A can do 3 units per day, B can do 2 units per day, and if both of them are working together, so they can do 5 units per day. And the time taken to complete. So be clear, guys. Whenever they ask for time taken to complete a work, so time taken is always given by. So time taken is always given by total work out of work done per day. So in this case, total work is what? So we assume the total work as 120 and work done per day is, so here they have asked for if both of them are working together. So if both of them were working together, one day's work is 5 units per day. So divided by 5, and once again you will get the value as 24 units. Yeah. So this is how you will be calculating, and this method is called as LCM method. So first method is fraction method, and second method is called as LCM method. And hope you guys are getting this. And if I ask you which method is comfortable for you, most of you will be preferring for method one, fraction method, and few of you will be preferring for LCM method. But when we go for harder problems or little bit tough problems, the second method is the easiest one to do calculations. Because if I ask you, are you guys comfortable in solving fractions or when you have it as a whole number? So in such cases, you will be saying it as whole numbers will be very much easy for me to calculate. Yeah. So LCM method will be the easiest way of solving this. So whenever we are trying to go for next problems, we try, please try it in LCM method, guys. And moving on for the next question, I'll give you a minute. Try to understand the question, and then try to solve this question based on both the methods. Yes, guys. Working together, Rajiv and Vikram can complete a piece of work in 48 days. So if both of them can work together, they can complete it in 48 days. Rajiv can complete the work alone in 64 days. Both of them work together for 30 days, and then Rajiv left. How long will Vikram take to complete the remaining work? So that is the question. So in this first method, how we are going to do it? So first method, as I have already mentioned, we'll be going with fraction method. Yeah. So in fraction method, so work done by Rajiv in 1 day. So we know that Rajiv alone can complete the work in 64 days. So 1 day's work is given by inverse value of it. So value is nothing but 1 by 64. Work done by Rajiv and Vikram in 1 day. So Rajiv and Vikram in 1 day. So Rajiv and Vikram together can complete the work in 48 days. So in 1 day it is like 1 by 48. So work done by Vikram in 1 day, how much? So we don't know that. So how do we calculate it? So for this, what we do is from Rajiv and Vikram's work together, we try to subtract Rajiv's work. So obviously we will end up in Vikram's 1 day work. So it will be like 1 by 48 minus 1 by 64. And if you go for the LCM of it, so it is like 192 and that will be like 4 minus 3. So you'll be getting it as 1 by 192. So in such case, Rajiv's 1 day work is 192. And work done by Rajiv and Vikram in 30 days, they have asked. So Rajiv and Vikram in together in 1 day they can complete 1 by 48 means, so together they can complete in 30 days. So 30 times of it, so 30 into 1 by 48, so you'll be getting it as 30 by 48. So remaining work to be completed by Vikram. So if we totally take one piece of work to be completed, so it is like already 30 by 48 of the work is being already completed. So in that case, we have to subtract it. So minus 30 by 48. So you'll be getting it as 18 by 48. Yeah. So that is the work Vikram need to complete here. So time taken by Vikram to complete the remaining work. So as we have already seen, so time taken is always given by time taken is given by total work out of work done per day. But the problem is here we are not calculating time taken for total work. It is here for remaining work. So the formula changes into remaining work out of the work done per day. So remaining work is 18 by 48 and work done per day by Vikram is 1 by 192. So in such case, how much is the value? So the if you try to go for it, so it is like 18 by 48 into 192 will be coming here divided by 1, so that will get inverse. So it is like 4 times. So you will get a value as 72 days. So that is your answer for this problem. So in 72 days, the remaining work can be completed by Vikram alone, or else Vikram needs 72 days to complete the remaining work. Yeah, hope you guys are getting this. And moving on for the next one, quantity of work to be done. Sorry, moving on for the next method. So same problem in next method. So as we have already seen, so this method is called as Lcm method. So in this method, we need to calculate the total work to be done first. So based on that only, we will be calculating things. So total work to be assumed. So we don't randomly assume it. So we try to go for the LCM of this given values. So LCM of this given values means so 48 and 64. If you try to take LCM, so once again you will get it as 192. So 192 is the total work to be done. That is what we will be assuming it here. And so total amount of quantity of work to be done is 192 units. And work done by Rajiv and Vikram in one day. So Rajiv and Vikram can do the work in 48 days. So in how many days? In one day, how many pieces of work will be done? So 192 divided by 48. So they can do four pieces of work, or we say it as 4 units of work. And work done by Rajiv in one day. So Rajiv alone can do how much? So that is given by, if the same work 192 is being given, so divided by 64, you'll get it as 3 units per day. So if both these guys were together, Rajiv and Vikram, they can do 4 pieces in one day. Rajiv alone can do 3 pieces in one day. So what about Vikram's work in a day? So out of 4 units, 3 units is being subtracted. So obviously we will end up with 1 unit. Yeah. So work done by Rajiv and Vikram in 30 days. So Rajiv and Vikram can do 4 pieces in 30 days. So into 30, so it will give you the value of it. So it is like 120 pieces is being done out of 192 in total work. So 120 pieces is done means, so what is the remaining work to be completed by Vikram? So it is nothing but difference between these two values. So it is 72 pieces, and time taken by Vikram to complete the work. So as we have seen already, time taken is being given by remaining work out of the work done per day. So value is like 72, and Vikram only they were asking. So Vikram's one day work is what? 1. So 72 divided by 1, you will end up in 72 days. So answer for this is 72 days. Yeah, hope you guys are getting it. And as you have seen it, so LC method is quite easy when the problem level is getting difficult. Yeah, moving on for the next problem. So please try to take a look into this, and I'll give you a minute to understand the problem, and after that we'll be solving this. Yes, guys, hope you have done this. So, if you look into this, A can do a piece of work in 10 days. Mm, So, number of days, if we go, so A can do it in 10 days, and B can do the same piece of work in 12 days, and C can do the same piece of work in 15 days. They all start the work together, but A leaves the work after 2 days, and B leaves 3 days before the work is completed. So, in such case, what we do is like all the three started the work. So, A, B, and C, all three started the work and left after 2 days. So, after 2 days, A left. So, it is like B and C is only working, and after that, B leaves 3 days before the work is completed. So before work completes, before 3 days of work completes, B leaves means so it is like only C is doing the work. So in how many days the work lasts for? So how do we solve this? So we try to solve this problem through LCM method. Yeah. So LCM method, if we go for it, so first we need to calculate what is the total work. So total work, if you try to assume a value based on this values, so it is like 120. Yeah, sorry. The value is nothing but 60. So 60 means work done per day. So if you try to calculate it, 60 out of 10, it is like 6 pieces per day. And B can do 5 pieces per day, and C can do 4 pieces per day. If all three are doing this, then we would have planned it. Uh, so total work is like 60. So all the three are doing means in A can do 6 pieces per day, B can do 5 pieces per day, and C can do 4 pieces per day. So in one day he can do 15 pieces. So after 2 days only A is leaving. So for the first 2 days he is going to be working on that project. So it is like 30 pieces would have been completed by him. And what they were saying is like B leaves before 3 days, before 3 days. So C only is working for the last 3 days. So last 3 days, C is only working means 4 pieces per day he completes. Last 3 days only he is working means so it has to be like 4 into 3. It is 12 pieces he should have completed. So I don't know if A, B, and C are working, they would have completed 9 pieces, and I don't know for how many days they would have worked. So if this value is also added, this should be equivalent to what? 60. So in total, it is like 60 means 30. So 18 pieces should have been completed by B and C together. So if B and C can do 9 pieces per day, so in how many days this 18 pieces will be completed? So this is given by 2 days. So answer for this is in how many days the work. So be clear, they were asking for the total number of days. So total days is calculated through initially 2 days, after that 2 days, and last 3 days. So it is going to be like 7 days. So the work lasted for total 7 days. So that is the answer for this one. So answer is 7 days. Yeah, hope you guys are getting this. So this is how you'll be solving the problem. So by the same method, we can solve pipes and